Hello again, fellow beer lovers. Well, I'll tell you what, today we are going to try some Aunt Sally. Some Aunt Sally. Here, let's see if I can make that so you can see it. It's Aunt Sally by Lagunitas Brewing, which is a dry hopped, sweet tart sour mash ale. So, first of all, let's talk about what that means. What is a sour mashed ale? Okay, this is something that these days they wouldn't have to do. They wouldn't have to make a sour mash ale, but I guess back in the old days, hundreds of years ago, some brewers, based on the conditions, had to use some of these processes in order to make sure that they were brewing in accordance with the Reinheitsgebot, which was the Bavarian purity law of 1516. And but these days they do it for a number of reasons. One is just to again to have a different type of beer to put on the lineup, and some people have developed a palate for sour mash ales. One is because of sour mash whiskey down in Kentucky. It has become popular among certain brewers and certain people that both enjoy sour mash whiskey and also beers. And so there could be certain kind of cultural or nostalgic elements that are involved. I definitely would consider sour mash ales to be in a category of a later an acquired taste. Okay. Again, for a lot of beer drinkers, they start out with lighter fare, like your lagers, your porters, and lighter ales, and then it takes quite a while longer of being exposed to drinking stronger or more bitter types like pale ales, anything that's got extra hops and that sort of thing. This definitely would be in that category. I don't personally seek out sour mash ales. It's not something that I crave. Okay, whereas I do have a taste for Weizens with the banana notes, and then some of these other more interesting flavors, more interesting to me, some porters, stouts, and some flavored varieties like banana and peanut butter and chocolate and coffee and things like that. I like all those things. Anyway, I don't mind a sour mash, and it's not something I would drink very often. But here I'm going to go ahead and try this one. You can see that it's golden and a little bit cloudy. Let's see what it smells like. I can smell quite a bit of hop content. It smells kind of sweet. So let's give it a taste. Okay, so right away, I'm getting three different things, and they're all among the things that I just mentioned. Okay, first of all, there's a sweetness to it. There's definitely fairly strong hops that you can taste. And then most notably, what differentiates it from other beers is the sour taste. So I'll let you know where that sour taste comes from. It comes from the brewing process, and there are several different ways that you can achieve a sour mash when you're brewing a beer, when you're brewing one of these beers. One is to add lactic acid during the brewing process. Another is to add what you call acidulated malt. So again, there's more more acid in the malt. The other is to produce acetic acid during the brewing process. Now, acetic acid is the key ingredient in vinegar, and so if you taste one of these beers, then that'll make sense. You can kind of understand that the flavor is similar to if you were to, maybe throw a teaspoon of vinegar in your lager, or even maybe pale ale, which I wouldn't do, by the way. Again, which is why I wouldn't normally reach for one of these. But you're not supposed to rate a beer on your personal preference. You're supposed to rate it against other beers in the same style. Now, I haven't full disclosure, I haven't drunk enough of these or like them enough to be able to really give an unbiased review of it. But from what I can tell, tasting it, I mean the various qualities that are coming through, in addition to that sour or vinegar-like or acidic flavor, it's good. It's refreshing. Definitely tart. And you might want to try it just to see if you like it. Again, it's called Aunt Sally by Lagunitas, and it says a unique dry hopped sweet tart sour mash ale. It's 5.7% alcohol by volume. The fact that it's dry hopped, that means that they threw hops in again at the tail end of the brewing process. That's just one method of making a beer more hoppy. So, all in all, a decent beer. I also wanted to invite people to send some fan mail if you like, and the reason for this is that my sons, now they're age 11 and 12, and they've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately on like Pokemon and video game stuff, that sort of thing. And I've seen that some of the guys that are out there that are talking about Pokemon and other stuff like that, they actually, they've got maybe tens of thousands of followers or more, and they get fan mail, and then they reward their fans that send fan mail either with by autographing their Pokemon cards or sending them some kind of prize or whatever. So I thought I'd mix things up a little bit this time, and I'm going to add my mailing address to my channel, and then let's do it this way, okay? The first person that sends me fan mail is going to get, if they live close enough, I'll invite them over to join me on my channel for a live review, and you get some, and you'll be able to take some free beer home with you, okay? Some really good beers too, by the way. And if you live too far, or if it's impossible for me to send you beers legally, then I'll send you something else. Maybe it'll be some good craft beer coasters for your beer coaster collection. Maybe even some international ones. I've got a large collection of those I haven't shown you yet. I'll have to showcase those one of these days. Probably can do that pretty soon. I also have various beer memorabilia like stickers and things like that I've gotten at the various brew pubs across Minnesota and across the US and in other countries. So I'd be happy to share some of those with you if you just show me some love. Drop me a quick letter, and I'll read it on one of my next videos, and we'll see if that generates some excitement. Okay, and feel free to share in your letter what kind of beers you like. Maybe recommend a beer for me to review, or whatever. Share something about your enthusiasm for beers. Okay, so until then, cheers.